Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise, myself Jason bringing you Whisky Advent Calendar day number 17. Now this is going to be, I believe, maybe the 6th or 7th upload for today, as we are getting through quite a lot of these whiskies. So be sure to go and click back through the playlist and catch up with any whiskies if you have missed any. So day number 17 we have the Talisker 10. I'm just going to quickly pull this one out. But door number 17, we have the Talisker 10-year-old. Now, Talisker is pretty much a Scottish distillery located from the islands of Scotland, from the Isle of Skye, and the Talisker 10 is their sort of entry level to the Talisker range. Now, they do also have the Talisker Storm and the Talisker Skye, which are now two non-age statement Taliskers. And I will be featuring all the Taliskers on the channel because I do have a little soft spot for Talisker. If those of you who know me quite well, there's two Taliskers which I absolutely love, and that's one of them being the 57 North, which is basically the latitude for the Talisker distillery, and the 18-year-old. And I will be also doing the 25 and the 30 because I did source out drams for them all. So Talisker, in short, is from the Isle of Skye, from the islands of Scotland. They are owned by Diageo, and their products you pretty much will see globally, especially the 10. It's one that you'll see on almost every bar that you go to. If they don't have it, they probably don't have an adequate whiskey selection. And Talisker is known for that little bit of a salty coastal note with that distinctive sort of Talisker style. I like to call it like a firecracker or a sort of a red pepper sort of aspect to it. Some people say they get peat. Some people say they don't, and they get a lot more spice. It's really down to individual palates. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. This one here is bottled at 45.8%, like all Taliskers are. So on that note, minus the 57 North, on that note, we'll get into the nose. So into the nose. So into the nose with the Talisker 10, it does start out very sort of a little bit more of that coastal breeze is really making its way through. That peaty aspect is there, and it's not intense. However, I do get that sort of salty, peaty, sort of smoky meat character on the nose. I sort of, as I always like to refer to, it's almost like bacon, as if you're smelling freshly cooked bacon. It does have hints of that peaty aspect which is there. But more than that, there is that little spicy aspect, and this is like a red pepper spice. Maybe even like if you've ever tried capsicums, or they're known as bell peppers, try those out, and if you smell them, it's got like a nice sweetness to it, but it's also got a little soft spice, which is not so intense. A little bit of clove is there on the nose as well. But minus that, there's even a little bit of a slight woody aspect. Yeah, but that's quite young. But distinctively Talisker, as I'd love to say. So anyway, move into the palate for this whiskey. So, into the palate. The palate for the Talisker 10, for me, starts out very light, very easy, mellow. And then as soon as the liquid hits the taste buds, you're in there for a flavour roller coaster. That saltiness instantly gives you that sort of briny, maritime, coastal breeze as if you're standing literally on the edge of the coast of the Isle of Skye, and you're literally getting sea spray just sort of shot at you from the ocean. The little salty character. As it refreshes your taste buds, you're getting a crackle of that pepper, a little bit of vanilla coming through, and a sweetness of salted caramel. The peat is not so much evident on the palate as it was on the nose. It is so much more of a different whiskey, which is really interesting. But distinctively, as I like to mention, that salty, peppery note on the actual palate for this whiskey. Moving to the finish of this whiskey. And I will do the full length review for all the Taliskers, so be sure to check those out. I'll leave them probably linked over here when I do upload them, but they'll be out in January because it is one of the ranges I will cover here on the channel. So, into the finish, and we'll conclude on the Talisker 10. The finish for the Talisker 10 is long, salty, briny, so to speak. Soft smoke is then really sort of comes back into play from the nose now into the finish, not so much on the palate. A soft toasted bacon is there, and those spices, clove, spiced orange, cinnamon, and a dash of nutmeg with a pepper. Really just evident so much more on the end of the whiskey, giving it a nice long finish. Something really enjoyable. Talisker 10 is only around about, I think it was £30 last time I checked it, £32. So a really good entry level from Talisker. If you like that little bit of a salty character, that little soft spice and that pepper note, combined with that gentle peat, this will be a whiskey I think you will enjoy a lot. So definitely give the Talisker 10 a go. It's also great for developing a palate because it is a whiskey from the islands, which has that little salty character. But on that note, I'll wrap the video at that because I'll go on. Talisker is one of those ones I said before I do have a soft spot for. So on that note, this has been JasonWhiskyWise. If you have enjoyed, drop it a like. Be sure to subscribe and check out the other few videos just there, and there. But on that note, this has been JasonWhiskyWise. I'll catch you all for the next video. Solange.